Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's go over today's markets and talk about what happened and what we see moving forward. We did have Fed week. This week we had Fed announcement come out on Wednesday. They are going to end QE, so we were kind of interested in seeing what the markets wanted to do from that. Not really a ton of reaction. So we are back to technical analysis, and here's what I see. I'm going to start in crude here simply because the indexes have went ahead and decided to go on their own. They are just pushing higher, and there is nothing even close to looking like it's going to stop them. So here on crude, let's go ahead and start here. We've been talking ever since back here about just getting a reversion back up to that 21 period moving average. It is just not happening. Every time we start to get a day or two push, turns right back over. But one encouraging thing is we are not pushing to new lows. Every time we do put in a new low down here, we have a nice little push into the close. As you see, these big candlesticks, not really big candlesticks, but these bottoming tail candles with these wicks at the bottom, that means that there are some buying into the closes. So at this point, I am not going to get aggressive to the short side going into Monday. Now this is what I'm talking about. Going into Monday, I'm not getting short until we can break through the lows. Then I'll get aggressively short. From there, I'm going to continue with the same mentality I've had for 2.5 weeks. Every single time we've gotten a rally to the upside, we've aggressively looked for opportunities on crude intraday to buy it up. We've just not had a lot of opportunities. You get this one or two little push up and then it rolls right back over, which is pretty typical in a market that's sideways such as this. So I'm going to stay on it until we either break to the downside or we start to get a rally here. So at this point, any type of upside opportunity we get on a 5 or 15 minute chart, I'm going to look for that opportunity to buy these up. And if it falls off below these swing lows, it's without a doubt a one-directional market at that point because there's not much to stop it. So that's crude oil. And here we go to the stock index futures. So start with the S&P. These things just flat out made a V-bottom. As they were pushing on down, we played for a nice little bounce here originally, but then I wanted this market to maybe roll over, hang out before heading higher. Instead, it decided to put in a straight V-bottom. And that's not very typical on a daily chart. So that's what we have here. That's what the markets are doing. And sure enough, they're pushing to new highs. Like the NASDAQ has really pushed to new highs. The NASDAQ, which I'll show you in a second, has really pushed to new highs. So going into Monday, we're in an uptrend, guys. That's without a doubt. So in order for me to look for shorting opportunities on the stock index futures, I'm going to need to see them break through their previous day's low. Then I can look for a shorting opportunity. Anything else, I will be patient to wait for the market to start to rock its way back to the upside or just continue to push its way up. Let me just go through the stock indexes here and show you what we see. As you see here, they've had a nice push up today. They're kind of in a consolidation phase ever since early this morning. And just kind of a neutral market. Not really anything going on, even though you see a big up day. That's a lot of pre-market move here. So curious what this thing's going to do. If we start to roll over, I would like to see them get down below the previous day's lows, so today's lows, and I'll look for shorting opportunities. Other than that, any type of move to the upside, I'm going to go ahead and go with it. And here's the Dow. Same pattern on these guys. And then the Russell, same pattern, but the Russell obviously is not at new highs. But same concept, V-bottom. We do have some resistance on the Russell up here we can deal with next week, so that should be a fun, interesting week of trading the Russell as it approaches some highs. But as far as the stock index futures, if they decide to push up starting on Monday, I'm going with them on an intraday perspective. And if they start to roll over, I'm going to be a little bit cautious and then start to get a little bit more aggressive with the selling if they drop down below the previous day's lows. All right, guys, that's it for me. Interesting week, Fed week. We're done, over with. Let's have a good weekend. Come in fresh on Monday. If you guys are in my live trading room,